What's going on, everybody? Jack here, and today I'm super excited to show you some of my first experiences with the new up-and-coming FPS.
Deadrop.
This project is being made possible by content creator and streamer Dr. Disrespect and his development team, Midnight Society. Just about a week ago, Doc unveiled Snapshot 5 at the Arctic Gaming facility in Texas, and it looks really good, so you know I had to jump in and try it for myself. I can't even begin to describe to you the feeling I get while playing this game. It feels super solid, and I'm excited to see what heights they can take this game to. Prior to Snapshot 5, only founders of the game or players that bought into the 10,000 NFT slots were able to play previous snapshots. That is no longer the case. Anybody that wants to can get in on the game and has the ability to do so by purchasing a tower key on the Midnight Society website for $25. Keep in mind, this is for a limited time. Now, before you rush off to buy a tower key, there's a few things you might want to keep in mind. It appears that the game plans to eventually be going free to play on release based on the advertising on the website. So if you're one of those that likes to wait until a game is out and continues to be a success before you fork up your cash, you can always wait until then, as you literally don't have any money invested. But if you do decide you want to try the game out now, you can by purchasing the tower key. Now, these tower keys are a little bit different than the original Founders NFTs. The Founders NFTs can give you your own NFT or variant skin, which is like a visor in game that is unique to that person, so nobody else will have that same one like it. These can be traded and sold to other players just like any other NFT you've seen out there, and if you're curious about part of that game, review their website for more information. But what we're concerned with today is the tower key and what it gives you. The tower key gives you access to the current snapshot of the game as well as all future snapshots until the release of the game. When purchasing a tower key, you will become a claw, which appears to be what they're calling the early access buyers at this time. Founders are called variants, and tower key purchasers are called claws. Claws get assigned their own unique claw name by default. My assigned claw name was Claw 4 Severe, which is actually kind of one of the better names I have seen. But if you do want to choose your own name, you can still do so by logging into the Midnight Society website and editing it to whatever you like. Now, with your tower key, you can also get some added benefits to hopefully sweeten the deal. If you decide you do want to pick up a tower key, this is what's included. Pin skins that are themed to the current snapshot reveal, which are already available to you during the snapshot. It also appears that you will receive the Season 0 Paddle Pass when the game drops, as well as a limited edition hideout item. Now, it doesn't have any information as to what this hideout item is, so you'll have to make your best judgment if that holds any value to you. The game is streamable in its current state, so if you want to start making content, you can, and I guess you also obtain the right to do so by purchasing the tower key. The most interesting thing that I found listed as a benefit of becoming a claw is the invitation to special gameplay events. Now, I find this super cool as it seems you can get invited to these unveil events related to the game, and if you're somebody who likes to go to esports events or cons, this could be an opportunity for you to get out there and attend something. The Snapshot 5 reveal that occurred at the Optic Esports Gaming Center this past weekend was one of those events and previously only available to the founders. But as you can see, I have access to RSVP for a ticket for future events, so that's pretty cool if you're into those event scenes. So with all that being said, what is the game like? Well, it's really fun. The game is fast paced and the mobility is everything in this game. The game is a first-person shooter, but for some reason it reminds me of peak H1Z1 combat with a limited selection of weapons that are easy enough to find every game. It feels really good knowing that I'm able to find weapons that I'm familiar with every match with relative ease. I'm not sure if this will continue as the game progresses in development, but right now it works, and it works really well. The shooting mechanics almost feel Apex-like with their futuristic design and bullet trajectories, but with a time to kill faster than your stomach problems after Taco Bell. This game has some serious potential, and sure, it's in a very early development state, but the gameplay loop is there and it is really fun. The game has a very solid foundation to build upon, and features will come with time. For example, right now you can't pull attachments off of weapons in Raid. The current workaround is to find another attachment of the same type and exchange it out to remove the one that's already on the weapon. The game currently only has solo queue mode, and there's no vendors or places to exchange your loot. There are no quests or reasons to drop in or use your rare items, so it feels like loot doesn't really matter with the exception of hoarding sniper rifles. Currently, I have only found a use for the spray paint item. As as you can see, if you drag the paint can to your vehicle slot in your hideout, it will change the paint job, which is a pretty cool idea, and I'm excited to see how they plan to expand the hideout and if you can continue to customize it to your own liking. And yet, with all that being said, the game is still really fun to play. There doesn't have to be a reason for me to go into raid if I'm really enjoying the gameplay. Right now, the game feels like an early development BR with about 15 to 20 minute matches or so. It really reminds me of the feelings I got in the first couple of months of Fortnite. You can get excited about dropping in and it becomes hard to stop. That full momentum gameplay just hits and scratches that itch you've been looking for. Running, sliding, jumping off buildings and stair sets, dropping onto unsuspecting players below, ziplining across gaps, sprinting to the helicopter with people firing at you from above, sniping players across the map, racing to the top of the tower. It all feels really good, and this is coming from somebody that was super skeptical about content creator making a game with NFTs in it. I wrote this game off really early on, albeit unfairly, and don't get me wrong, I still have my reservations and I can't speak to the future of the game, but what I can say is at least I'm interested. I want to see if they can pull this off. You have my attention, Doc. Let's see if you can keep it. The gameplay is there. It has the it factor, I guess, but we'll see if Deadrop becomes something special. Now, the game consists of 3 stages currently. On spawn, every player spawns randomly in the map and is immediately able to start collecting loot around them. However, after a few minutes of the game, there are cores that start melting down, causing the freeze to begin. Much like other BR games you've played, the freeze, or the zone, encroaches in, forcing players towards the end, or in this case, upward to the top of the tower. When this begins, a zip line and a helicopter appear. These are the first 2 opportunities to get out of the map with what you have. The zip line being on the lowest level of the map closest to the beginning of the zone, and the helicopter, which is the opposite side of the map horizontally, but is also halfway up the map vertically. Once these extracts have been taken, they're gone. All remaining players are forced to the top of the map to find over the elevator, which I think they're calling the super lift or the mega lift, and it is the final extract in the game. There are multiple ways to scale the tower, whether you take ladders, elevators, ramps, or even drain pipes. Your goal is to be the last man standing or to be on the super lift when the time expires. This leads to some pretty insane final fights as everybody is working their way to the top of the tower, and you can find yourself watching people swarm up from below. This is something you'll have to watch out for, as it's another angle that you must be cautious about. Other players will begin to approach you from below, but you must also be mindful of the players already on your level or even above you. If you're the last player alive or you extract through the final elevator, you'll win the game and the match is over. If you manage to succeed in a tier 3 extract, whether that being the mega lift or super lift, or getting the final kill in the game and being the last one alive, you're gonna get a Deadrop, which is a choice of weapon currently at the end of the game that comes with some attachments already on it. This is an addition to all the loot that you brought out with you, and that's all there really is to it at the moment. This can be super helpful, especially if you like a specific weapon, as one of the options currently is to get a sniper rifle with a few attachments on it. But as you can see, there are other options to choose from as well, so you'll get to pick the thing that fits your playstyle the most. The game really has a good foundation and more is to come, and I'm excited to see where Doc and Midnight Society can take this game. If you want to try it out, make sure you check it out on their website. I'll leave a link below. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as I will be covering future snapshots as they come out. Thanks for watching. Peace.